Kate and I run a small crochet business. On this channel we talk all things yarn and crochet. Tomorrow is market day. This is going to be another market recap vlog sort of thing. I just wanted to go over some updates today as far as what I made before the market, and then some other like yarn updates. So in the last video I was working on Bighorn Sheep snuggler. So here's a picture of that. I did end up finishing it, and I mentioned that the burnout blanket yarn that I was using hurt my hands, and I was done using burnout blanket yarn. So I spent a couple days going through my yarn, reorganizing my yarn cabinet, and then I sold all of my burnout blanket yarn, almost all of it, and my Big Twist plush on Monday. I did a big story sale on my Instagram, so that took an entire day to get all of those packed up and out of here. It was another big run to the post office. So I think I have a little bit of a before video from my last video, so I'll insert that here if I have it. Otherwise, I'm going to take you over to the cabinet and show you what I have going on, and then we'll talk about some yarn that I just ordered, and then I will show you what I made for my market. So let's go look at that yarn. Okay, just for reference, I don't really have a before of this, but I used to have 4 big Premier boxes piled over here with yarn in them, and then I had a great big bag of Elise Veludo that would not fit in my cabinet. So I was able to get all of that into my cabinet. So the top shelves are what I have left of my burnout, so I don't mind the frosting colors or like the mystical, and then I saved a couple like tweed that I really like, and then there's some Premier Parfait plush up there at the top, and then over here we have, the glare is really bad, sorry, Baby Bear, the new Cozy Cub, some Posh, and a little bit of extra Parfait Chunky. And then I was able to get all of my Parfait Chunky into these 3 shelves here, 4 shelves. So that is all my Parfait Chunky. And then over here we have 2 shelves of Elise Veludo, and then we have Premier Basics tie-dye, and then Premier Basics chenille down there. So everything is in my cabinet. I am so excited about it. All the yarn I like to use is in there. It's hard to get it all in the frame, but yeah, so there's not yarn all over my room anymore. Okay, so that is my yarn update. I was so excited to get all of my burnout blanket out of here. I know everybody that got some will really enjoy using it, because I know people still love that yarn. I just cannot handle it with my hands anymore. So I am going to be switching almost completely to Elise Veludo, Parfait Chunky, and then Premier Basics chenille, and Premier Parfait plush. Those are my favorites right now. So I just made a huge order to hobbyshoppy.com for Elise Veludo. That is the new website that I am now an affiliate for, and I love them because you can do a $99 order and then you get free shipping. So I did a several $100 order. But so that is on the way. I have not ordered since the tariff thing went into effect, so I am kind of testing it out for you guys to see how that all works. I didn't see them add a fee or anything to the order, so I'm just gonna see how it works when it gets delivered and let you guys know how that all goes. So that is in the works. And then I also did a big order to Premier. So I got a whole bunch of new colors of the Parfait plush that I haven't tried yet. And then I also got a couple colors of the Little Bunny, which is a fuzzier type yarn that several people in the comments told me to try when I was having a little bit of trouble with the Feels Like Bliss yarn splitting on me. They said the Little Bunny does not split, and it's fuzzy and soft and fun. So I got 3 colors of the Little Bunny, so I'm excited to use those. I got black, white, and pink. So we'll be making some fun things with those. So I will definitely do an unboxing when I get those boxes of yarn. So that is coming. And then as far as makes, like I said, after making that ram snuggler, my hands and my wrist and my elbow were all really hurting. So I did have a pattern test that I had to get done that is due today, and I finished and sent in my pictures today. So it is the only thing I have made before my market because I'm trying to rest my hands. So I took a break today and didn't crochet anything. But this pattern test is absolutely adorable, and I am obsessed. I think I say that about everything, but this one is extra cute. So this was for Snuggle Beans Crochet. She's coming out with Melvin and Maple, the moose. Yeah, moose plural is moose. So Melvin and Maple. And I tested Melvin. And so here he is. So this guy is part of her splooting series. So he will sploot out like this with his legs in the front and out the back. With his cute little body. She has multiple body options. You can make a bigger body to fit some weighted pellets. I just did regular stuffing in mine. The head is quite heavy though, so I wish I had done some weighted pellets. But I just love the way the feet are. She's got like the little hooves. And then the little scarf is an option for Melvin. Maple actually has a dress, and then she has a cute little bow that goes on her head. And I just love these antlers that she did. They are actually crocheted in. You don't have to sew them on, so that is awesome. It is low, so you sew the ears on and you sew the head to the body. Everything else is crocheted in, which I thought was awesome. I did hand-painted eyes for this guy. So this is Premier Basics Chenille in the chocolate, I believe, and then the steel cut oats, and then I think this is called cream, maybe, but just the off-white. I did 25mm eyes and a 6.5mm hook, and I just am obsessed with how this guy turned out. I might have to make this guy a made-to-order type item on my Etsy, since I'm kind of known for, well, besides the dragons, I'm known for making sort of wildlife patterns. So he would fit in just perfectly with all my other things, the bighorn bighorn sheep and the weasels and the horny toads and all that stuff. So I'm obsessed, and I definitely need to make a little maple. I will do that eventually when my hands aren't hurting. And his little scarf. The scarf is actually removable, which is so cute. Just look at his face, and he's so big. He's just a sweet little snuggle guy. I love him so much. So this is all that I was able to make before my market. I have not decided on a price yet. I need to figure that out before tomorrow. I'm thinking, I did not time myself, but it definitely took me a little while. He's got a lot of pieces, and they're bigger pieces. His head is rather large, like bigger than my hand. So I was thinking close to $50 for this guy, but I don't know if that's too high. So I'm going to think about it a little bit more and get him tagged before tomorrow. But yeah, so I will check in tomorrow when we're setting up for the market, and then we'll do the recap and all that fun stuff. So I will see you guys in a little bit. Good morning. It is market day. I forgot to mention something yesterday before I go pack up the truck. I got a new printer that I want to share with you guys. A couple weeks ago, I mentioned before my last market, my big ink printer quit working and I wasn't able to print my inventory sheet to take to the market. So I just used a piece of paper and wrote everything down. But I really want a printer so I can print my inventory sheets for stuff like this. And for my PalmStreet the other day, it would have been really helpful for my tracking sheet to keep track of all my wheel spins, stuff like that. So I will have this linked down in the description. It is an affiliate link for Amazon, but I did buy this printer with my own money. So it's a little, the brand is Faux Memo. It's a little thermal printer, so it doesn't require ink. So it comes with this little case, and it prints Bluetooth wirelessly from your phone, or you can plug it into your computer. So it's portable. You can take it anywhere to print stuff. So I'll show you inside the case and then we'll print something and see how it works. Okay, so inside the case we have the printer. Of course I got a purple one. And then it has the cables that you need and then also extra rolls of paper. So you can see it has 3 different sizes of paper in there. Hopefully you can see those. And then the other bigger full-size paper roll is inside. And then I also got non-rolled paper, so I'll have this linked in the description too, because I'm going to use the flat paper because the other stuff rolls up after you print, which is not ideal for what we want here. So I'm going to get it set up to print. I already downloaded the drive on my computer, so we're ready to go. So I'll plug it in and then we will print something. Okay, I have it all plugged in and ready to go with the paper in it, so we're going to print it and see how it looks. Okay, somehow my recording got stopped, but I restarted it as it was printing, so it did print. So here it is. This is my inventory sheet that I print every time. It has all my items, how many I have, how much I charge, and how much, with how many I have made and how much I charge, how much inventory I have, and then the total down here. So, and then as we sell stuff, we just put little tally marks here. So yeah, I am very happy with this printer. I'm excited to try it with my phone. Obviously I can't record what it's doing and print from my phone at the same time, so that's why I used my computer. But it's totally portable. You could take the printer with you and print like out on the go or wherever, and it's just this little case here, so it will fit wherever you want to take it. So I'm really excited about it. I will have it linked down in the description if you're interested in it. My favorite part is that it doesn't need ink, because what I was running into with my big ink printer is even when I bought the high yield ink cartridges that are supposed to last a long time, it was running out so fast. Like after I just printed a couple things, which ink is so expensive, that was just not in the budget for me. So I love that you just need the right paper and you can print and you don't have to deal with ink. So that's my new printer. It's faux memo again. I don't know if I said that, but yeah. So I'm going to go get the truck packed up. I'm running a little bit late now, so we're going to get the truck packed up, go pick up my sister, and then we'll be at the market setting up. So I will see you in a little bit. Good morning. It is the day after the market, so I am here to give you guys a recap of what sold and how much I made and all that fun stuff. I did realize I forgot to check in and actually talk during the market yesterday, so I have the before and after footage. I did remember to do that, luckily, but I did not check in or do any talking or anything, so sorry about that. I was able to get quite a bit of crocheting done. I had a dragon custom order that had to go out today, so I got that finished. I also forgot to take a picture of that little guy. It was a little gray Diddy Dex with some sage green wings. He was very cute, and he is on his way to his forever home, so sorry about no picture for that one. Okay, so like I mentioned in a previous video, this was the last farmers market of the season, and the last one they do kind of a big event for the vendors and for the customers. So there's no booth fee for any of the vendors, and then they come around and buy something from every vendor worth $20, and you get to pick what they buy, and then they take all of that stuff and they put it into a drawing for somebody to win at the end of the market. So I chose my little blue standing cow. I believe that pattern is a free pattern by Zero Gravity Crochet, Zero Gravity something. I will link it down below. But I gave that to them for the $20 for the drawing. And I had a lady come by at one point and she was so excited. She was like, I hope I win the cow. Do you have any more? And I didn't have any more. That was my last one. I was just kind of trying to get those out of my inventory. So I thought that was funny. I have had that cow for so long and she wanted it. So I'm not sure who won. I don't know if she won, but hopefully she did. And then she got her little cow. But anyway, and then they also had a whole bunch of kids activities. There's a big kind of field there with a stage for live music, and then they had bounce houses and games and a candy cannon and just all kinds of fun stuff. So there's lots of kids there, just lots going on, lots more people than the last few markets. So we did a little bit better than usual. And the fact that we didn't have to pay a booth fee makes it even better. So I'll just go over what we sold. We sold a total of 17 items. We sold one from the $5 bin, which was a little watermelon keychain. And then we sold 2 mystery boxes. So I only have 5 left, which is nice. We sold one of the tiny little moose for $10. That is a Poggy's Place pattern that I have made several times. We sold 1 item from the $10 bin. It was my little Mabel chicken. So I've had that for quite a while. So it was nice to see that go home. Then we sold 2 of the mini loaf kittens for $10. We sold 1 of my pumpkins that I've had since Halloween last year. It was one of the orange ones. So excited about that for $10. One of the bats that I made recently that I made a little bit bigger with Elise Veludo. We sold 1 of those, the purple one, for $12. We sold one of my hanging plants that I've had for quite a while. It was the pothos. We sold that for $15. We sold my very last medium loaf kitten from the Max the Market Kitty pattern from the Cozy Buckeye. I sell those for $18. And then we sold one of my little loaf cows that's also by the Cozy Buckeye. It was the spotted one, black and white, for $18. And then I had made the little loaf fox and the loaf raccoon, both the Cozy Buckeyes patterns. It's Ricky the raccoon and Ginger the market fox, I think. And I sold both of those for $20. I raised the price just a tiny bit for those ones because it was burnout blanket yarn. It hurt my hands and there's a lot of color changes. So $20 for each of those. And then the cow that was purchased by the market, the blue standing cow. And then 2 things that I didn't have on my inventory sheet, so they're at the bottom, were the Feels Like Bliss projects where I made the little rat and the little penguin, and I had them both in the $12 bin, and I sold both of them, so that was very exciting. I did have my little Feels Like Bliss kitten in the $10 bin, and a lot of people picked him up, but nobody bought him, so I still have him and the little flamingo that I made from the All From Jade pattern. Those are my last 2 Feels Like Bliss things that I have left. But anyway, so that was the 17 items for a total of $218. And then my square fees were $2.21. So $216, not bad at all for a couple hours down at the farmer's market. And the weather was absolutely beautiful and we had a really good day, so that was really fun. So I think that's pretty much all I have for the market recap. I will link as many of the patterns down below as I can. If you have a question about one that I missed, just let me know and I will get that link for you. And then for updates moving forward, that was my last market of the year. I am not signed up for any more. Several of the ones I did last year around this time of year did not go very well for the amount of time that we had to sit there, so I decided to skip those this year. And then the big one, the Christmas one, I haven't 100% decided. I'm leaning towards not doing that one either. I'm just not feeling markets lately and sitting there all day. But we'll see what happens with that one. And I will let you guys know. Other than that, I will just be doing PalmStreets and focusing on my Etsy. I've made some new listings on my Etsy that I'm excited about. I officially have a made-to-order tie-dye Diddy Decks listing, so we'll see how that one goes. Those of you that have been around for a while know that I have sold many custom order Diddy Dexes in regular colors, and I have had to change my colors for that one because of getting rid of all my burnout. So that one's a little bit of a work in progress right now, but I do have the tie-dye one up, so I'm excited about those. And yeah, I'm just waiting for my 2 yarn orders so I can do unboxing videos for you guys. I have the Elise Voluto box coming from Hobby Shoppy, and then I have a big box coming from Premier that I'm excited about. I believe the Hobby Shoppy order is supposed to be delivered today, which is super fast, so very excited to get that one, and I will show you when I get it. I also just made a big order to AliExpress for some eyes and stuff to make more stitch markers that I'm really excited about. So that stuff is all coming. I do have some plant stitch markers up on my Etsy that I made recently that are pretty cool, so you can go check those out if you're interested. And I think that is pretty much all I have for this video. So for an emoji down in the comments, let's do a fox for making it all the way to the end of the video in honor of the little fox and the raccoon going home from the Cozy Buckeye pattern. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end, and don't forget to subscribe if you like content like this, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!